Garmin just launched the Fenix 9, and the hardware is legitimately good. The Pro models arrive in full titanium, the AMOLED panels climb to 3,000 nits, storage doubles to 64 gigabytes, and the 51mm solar version claims 57 days on a single charge. Maps pan 30% faster, satellite messaging finally reaches the small 43mm case, and the whole Pro line launches cheaper than the Fenix 8 Pro did last year. Garmin did real work here. Then you open the weight chart, and the titanium watch Garmin spent its entire presentation calling lightweight turns out to be the heaviest one in the lineup. There are 16 versions of this thing, and one of them takes $100 from you and hands back almost nothing. Garmin did not launch a watch this year, it launched a menu, and menus are where money disappears. The base Fenix 9 runs $999 at 43 and 47 millimeters, and $1,099 at 51. Every Pro tier adds another 100, and solar costs the same as AMOLED, the one clean decision in this lineup. Then satellite arrives and the math turns ugly. inReach hardware adds another $100, pushing the 51mm Pro inReach to $1,299 before tax, and the service starts at $7.99 a month. Run that 3 years and you have quietly spent close to $290 extra dollars. Britain opens at £859. Australia tops out at $2,049, and gray importing looks clever until your warranty claim lands in the wrong country. Here is the trap. The 43mm Pro with no solar and no satellite costs $100 more and hands you titanium sidewalls and 1 extra gram. Every other Pro tier buys a real feature. That one buys a nicer sandwich filling. Garmin spent a long stretch of the presentation explaining nanomolding, a process that fuses metal and plastic at a molecular level so the case stays strong without piling on bulk. It is clever engineering, and the Pro case looks cleaner than anything Garmin has shipped, with smooth titanium sidewalls where the Fenix 8 Pro had a plastic middle layer. Now go and weigh it! The 43mm Pro case comes in at 45 grams against 44 for the base watch. The 47 reads 56 against 53, and the 51mm Pro hits 73 grams while the base sits at 63. Every Pro is heavier than the cheaper watch next to it, and at the largest size that gap opens to 10 grams, which you notice on hour 4 of a night run. Thickness is a live argument too. Garmin's sheet lists the 51mm Pro at 15.8 millimeters, while one hands-on measurement put it near 17, so I am flagging it rather than picking a side. Subscribe if you want the follow-up, because I am tracking which of these 16 configurations still makes sense once independent numbers land. 3,000 nits is the headline, and it is real, but it belongs to the Pro. Garmin publishes that figure for Pro AMOLED models and goes conspicuously quiet on the base Fenix 9, saying only that it runs twice as bright as the Fenix 8. The original Fenix 8 peaked around 1,000 nits, so the base watch lands near 2,000, roughly where last year's Fenix 8 Pro already sat. The screen split is sharper. The 51mm Pro gets a 1.5-inch panel at 466 by 466 pixels, while the base 51 keeps the older 1.4-inch panel. Same case size, same price bracket, different glass. Buy the biggest base model, expecting the big new screen, and you do not get it. There is also no micro LED this year. The Fenix 8 Pro micro LED pushed 4,500 nits for $1,999, and quietly did not return, which tells you how that went. Sapphire, 10 ATM, and a 40-meter dive rating stay standard, so nobody gets shortchanged on toughness. Maps are the real story, and Garmin knows it. Storage doubles from 32 to 64 gigabytes, RAM goes up by 50%, and Garmin claims panning is 30% faster thanks to a new engine that caches the terrain around you before you drag the screen. Anyone who has stood at a trail junction watching a Garmin map redraw itself understands why that beats nits. Perspective view is the other addition, tilting the map so you see detail close by and further up your route at once, which reads like a small change and behaves like a big one when you are picking a line down a descent in bad light. Garmin also suggests the Pro runs a quicker processor, though the company has never published a RAM figure or a chip name in its entire history. Here is the honest part. Nobody outside Garmin has timed that 30% yet, and Garmin has promised smoother maps before. Treat it as a manufacturer claim until somebody runs a stopwatch against a Fenix 8. Battery scales with size the way it always has. Pro AMOLED gives up to 10 days at 43mm, 18 at 47, and 31 at 51, while solar takes the numbers somewhere silly. The 47mm solar claims 34 days, the 51 claims 57, and low power mode stretches the big one to 291. Read the sunshine clause first. Those figures assume 3 hours outdoors every single day at 50,000 lux, which describes a clear summer afternoon, not a commute and a gym session in February. Keep it indoors and the 51mm solar drops to 30 days. Still excellent, still nothing like the number on the box. Satellite picks up 2 useful additions on inReach models: weather forecasts pulled over satellite and Garmin Locate, which lets trusted contacts request your position without you starting a session first. Garmin also keeps SOS alive for 12 months after you suspend your plan, which is a decent move. What has not changed is that satellite messages still need your wrist aimed at open sky, and live tracking still runs over LTE only. Nobody sent me a Fenix 9. No embargo, no early unit, no relationship with Garmin, which is exactly why I get to say this next part. If you own a Fenix 8 Pro, skip it. You have the bright panel, the satellite messaging, and the same sensors, and you would pay $1,200 for storage and a brightness bump. Fenix 8 owners sit in the awkward middle. Skip unless map lag ruins your navigation, because everything else you gain gets measured in grams and nits. Fenix 7 owners, 2 generations back, this one is yours, and you collect the flashlight, the speaker, the dive sensor, and the new mapping engine in one jump. First-time buyers take the 47mm base Fenix 9 and stop reading the menu. The budget pick is loud right now. The Fenix 8 in 47mm AMOLED sits around $850, its lowest price on record, with the same sensors, dive rating, and nearly all of the software. Expect the Fenix 9 to land near $900 by next summer, because Garmin flagships always do. Worth noting too, security updates are currently listed only through August 2028. Backcountry hikers and ultra runners want the 51mm Pro Solar with inReach, because that mix of days and satellite is the only reason this lineup exists. Triathletes and road runners want the 47mm base Fenix 9, since you charge weekly anyway. Divers and hunters get the full 40-meter rating on every model, so buy on size. Small wrists take the 43mm, and this is the first year satellite reaches that size. The unknowns deserve naming. Nobody has verified the panning speed, the base brightness figure, the RAM total, or the Pro thickness, and there is no sign of an Enduro 4 this year. Whether Perspective View reaches the Fenix 8 by software update stays open, and that one decision determines how many people skip. The Fenix 9 beats the Fenix 8 in every measurable way and lands cheaper than the Fenix 8 Pro did, which is rare enough to say out loud. It is also a spec bump in a titanium jacket, sold through a menu built to walk you toward the expensive door. Orders open on the 28th of August. So tell me in the comments, are you paying the Pro Premium for titanium that weighs more, or taking the $850 Fenix 8 and laughing?